Kraff disses Squash's mother Shelly in the song.
Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
No boy can't shut off, I mean, not kill that.
Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to another update. Please remember to leave a like on this video, very important. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed as yet, and leave your thoughts down in the comment section.
Kraff disses Squash's mother Shelly in the song.
So it is said that Kraff diss Squash mother Shelly in brand new song. So this song is entitled Who Better Than Me, you know, by Kraff.
Shelly Japper grung away them a road they escape go. Shelly that a run and know the one where they a stadium.
Shelly Japper grung away the Mara they a skate go. Shelly that a run and know the one where they a stadium. So viewers, that's what Kraff is saying in his song, and he must say under the Shelly where they a stadium. So people are say a Squash mother Shelly Kraff attack, but when me want to know people, you know, if I really Shelly Squash mother Kraff attack, why you know Shelly always a pick up binds like in a song. Just the other day in the clash with Malidan and Skipper, we see where Skipper fire upon Shelly brawling. So just an innocent bystander just happen to get it. You know, we don't know. It's like the mother them always a get involved in a them son feuds. So for now we're going to say allegedly, because we don't know for sure if a Squash mother Shelly, you know, Kraff attack, because from a public perspective we don't see where, you know, Kraff and Squash have no beef on the internet. If somebody know about it, I'm not gonna leave it in the comment section and tell me. Me never really see it. So, or is it that, you know, Kraff want piece of the beef with Squash right now? But why would you want for this a man mother when the man they behind bars, even though him soon come out? General people, you the viewers, tell me what you think all about that. And speaking of, you know, Squash, we have some update as it relates to Squash. Judge chose out Squash's civil suit seeking his immediate release as the artist's sentence is further reduced by 15 days. So viewers, this is, you know, the actual document. You can pause it and read it because I'm not gonna read this, you know, as it says Andre Maurice Whitaker, and it have a registration number right there. Dancehall artist Squash has suffered a setback after a US federal judge dismissed his civil suit seeking immediate release from prison. But the ruling comes as his projected release date has been moved forward once again. Upon Federal Bureau of Prisons records now show the Jamaican artist born Andre Maurice Whitaker is now scheduled to leave federal custody on December 11, 2026, bringing his release forward by another 15 days. While the revisited date marks another positive development for the DJ, immigration proceedings are still expected to determine what happens after he completes his sentence. The latest twist follows a civil position Squash filed in March against the US Bureau of Prisons and the warden of FCI Oakdale in Louisiana, where he is still currently serving a 27-month sentence after pleading guilty in November 2025 to being an alien in possession of a firearm or ammunition. In the lawsuit, the entertainer argued that prison officials were wrongly denying him access to sentence reduction programs under the First Step Act of 2018 and the Second Chance Act of 2008. He also claimed his constitutional rights were being violated after prison officials allegedly threatened him as though he had already received a final deportation order, something he strongly disputed. So viewers, as what the article said, basically Squash, you know, gets another 15 days reduced off his sentencing. Yeah man, so I'm supposed to come out a little bit more earlier. So, you know, Squash is supposed to be released at December 11, you know, 2026. So we look forward for that. Also, viewers, speaking of being released from prison, we have none other than Squash right-hand man JMAN is scheduled to appear in court in the SHAB case. Anyways, we have an article we're going to read here as well. So it says, key witness in music producer SHAB triple MVRD case faces double MVRD trial in the US this November. JMAN Shelton, an associate of dancehall artist Squash, whom prosecutors prosecutors intend to call as a key overseas witness in the high-profile triple MVRD case against music producer Linval SHAB Thompson is now preparing to stand trial in Florida on charges stemming from a fatal double shooting. Shelton, who survived the 2022 Rosites massacre that claimed 3 lives, is scheduled to appear before a Broward County jury on November 9, placing him at the center of 2 of the most closely watched criminal cases on opposite sides of the Caribbean. The latest development comes months after Jamaica's Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions successfully applied for 2 overseas witnesses to testify via video link in the case against Thompson and his co-accused Tajay Fated Clark. Shelton, who remains behind bars in the United States without bond after pleading not guilty, is one of those witnesses. Prosecutors have maintained that his testimony is material to the Jamaican case, although logistics and legal hurdles surrounding his incarceration have contributed to repeated delays in the proceedings. Thompson and Clark are facing charges stemming from the fatal shooting at a birthday party on Mall Road in Roside, St. James on May 25, 2022, where Shamario, Chippy, Calvin, Chadwell, Bambrain, Fraser and Tonian Two-Fly Reed were KILLED, while Shelton and another person were injured. So now viewers, we have Irish and Chin from Soundchat Radio speaks on the Vybz Kartel and MVRD show at Reggae Sunfest. Basically, you can say Chin take back him chat and basically maybe apologize for what he said about Vybz Kartel and MVRD. Say if them not do well at Reggae Sunfest, Vybz Kartel possibly cannot do another arena run. Like Vybz Kartel will not be able to sold out the Barclays Center if them flop a Reggae Sunfest. But you know, Chin adjust the whole thing now. Chin also posted this on his Instagram. It took me 9 minutes to review the Vybz Kartel MVRD Sunfest performance. Please hear me out. Some of y'all will definitely agree with my take. As always, I speak my truth early in the morning on soundchatradio.com, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. East. You can also download the Soundchat Radio app.
So I have no problem saying something that may not be 100% in favor of Vybz Kartel or MVRD or any artist of that matter, because in order for us to get what we want out of our heroes in music, we have to start the conversation and we have to hold them to task. One thing about me, if I'm wrong, if I predict something and it doesn't work out the way that I predicted it, I'm going to be the first one to come on and say to you guys, listen, I was wrong, right? And in this situation, I don't think there's a wrong or right, but in this situation, I was nervous about Kartel and MVRD not doing the right thing and not being able to please and deliver the crowd, right? And deliver for the crowd, but they did, right? You saw nothing but forwards, nothing but energy, nothing but vibes, people making crazy noise, and the production was good as well. But Kartel and MVRD did deliver, right? And it brings me to this conversation of maybe myself and my age group, we may not be wanting to accept what seems to be inevitable now, which is the fact that track shows are taking over the dancehall, and dancehall artists possibly won't be doing much band shows moving forward. Here it is, you know, the greatest show on earth, the greatest reggae show on earth, right? Many people call it, right? Sumfest. Sumfest is one of the major branded reggae shows on the planet, right? And every artist this year performed on tracks. There was no band at all, right? People still enjoyed themselves. People had a really great time. Vybz Kartel and MVRD worked together to provide an epic presentation for the tens of thousands of people that was in the venue. So maybe it's time for my age group to come to the reality of the way we love dancehall as it relates to stage shows are probably gone, because the audience that is taking in these shows, they're still giving forwards, they're still coming They're still excited. They're still leaving speaking positive about what they witnessed. So I'm starting to believe that this fight that we have, or this fight that myself and a lot of the colleagues of mine and my age group, my generation has been fighting, it seems to be inevitable. That this may be a train that we can't stop. And I'm gonna admit that, because I can't keep arguing about something and it is clear that tens of thousands of people are not bothered by what we are advocating for. Would I like to see dancehall artists continue to work on band and keep the tradition going? Hell yeah, I would. Do I still feel like band performances are better than track performance? Hell yeah, I do. But at the end of the day, if the people who occupy the dancehall space are not bothered by the fact that their favorite artists, successful artists, are working on tracks, then does it make sense for me to kind of keep up this fight? It doesn't. I'm waving the white flag. I'm giving kudos to Vybz Kartel and Mavado for being able to please the tens of thousands of people that was in front of them. And maybe I may not like the presentation, meaning that, there was no ban. The fact of the matter is that most of the reviews are great. People got a chance to relive the Gully versus Gaza era, which we grew up, living, right? Many people got an opportunity to relive an era that was a golden era for us if you were in the dance hall at that time. And then some people who heard about it that never witnessed it was able to go back and realize why Mavado and Vybz Kartel are so revered and feared in the industry, right? These are ginormous artists. And you know what I really love about it, man? Kartel has his fame. Don't get me wrong, Kartel has his fame. Kartel is the man. But here's what I am saying now. Mavado is really now, I believe, cementing or further cementing his stamp in the legacy of dancehall. Because I think that, we've been focused so much on Kartel because Kartel is like this huge, wicked artist that has brought so much creativity and energy and influence to dancehall that we tend to only look in Kartel's direction, but we not really, the industry doesn't really give, Mavado that respect, I believe, that Mavado should get. Like his name is not called as much as a Vybz Kartel for whatever reason. But I feel like what the two of them came together to accomplish in front of tens of thousands of people, it allows everybody to put more respect on Mavado's name, because Kartel's name already has the respect, and rightfully so. Kartel is a ginormous artist, right? But I'm starting to believe that people are now realizing that, Mavado's also a ginormous artist as well. And I think that's a win for the culture, right? Now, what happened at Sumfest over the weekend is exactly what I was hoping would happen. Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but I was hoping for it to happen. A win for the culture. Dancehall and reggae won, or should I say dancehall won over the weekend, because there are tens of thousands of people who are talking about this energy and this vibe and how much they enjoyed Reggae Sunfest this year, and the record-breaking numbers of people who attended the shows, right? I said to you guys that if they do a good job, the show goes on the road and people anticipate it, and then it opens up another door for dancehall. I believe that that door is now open. I believe that people are going to be asking for the Gully versus Gaza to come to an arena near you within the US, and there's already a show booked in the UK, right? I feel like this is going to be a thing. I feel like it's going to go to Canada, right? I feel like there's going to be a heavy demand now to see Vybz Kartel and Mavado exchange, you know, their lyrical history together on one stage. And that's a win for dancehall. All I want to do is start the conversation and get you guys, you know, hoping and praying and wishing and doing the right things for dancehall to win. And sometimes in order for dancehall to win, we gotta have the conversation and we gotta hold our artists to task. It has nothing to do with me not liking Vybz Kartel or not liking MVRD or not liking any other artist for that matter. It's to start the conversation and hold these artists to task, because if they lose sight of the prize because of the money that they're earning and their stardom, then we all suffer for such. So while they're earning their money and while they're becoming bigger and bigger stars by the minute, it is our job. And when I say our, I'm not talking about me alone. I'm talking about our job as fans to make sure we keep their eyes on the prize. And that is what the conversations that we have at Soundchat Radio does. It forces the artists to keep their eyes on the prize, because I say it, you guys either agree with it or you disagree with it, and it becomes a conversation, and that the conversation becomes loud, and then the artist says, oh, okay, this the people them want. All right, watch it. The boy Chin say we are gonna flop a Sunfest. Watch, oh, we are gonna run out there and mash up Sunfest and make him have to eat him words. And I'm eating my words.
So viewers, that's, you know, Irish and Chin from Soundchat Radio basically speaking on the Vybz Kartel MVRD performance at Reggae Sunfest. The man say him have to eat him words. You know, a lot of people were calling him bad mind. I say, why him have to come up with all these negativities, you know, saying that if Vybz Kartel and MVRD don't do well at Reggae Sunfest, Vybz Kartel won't be able to do another arena run, you know, at the Barclays Center or any other big arena overseas. So, you know, Vybz Kartel and MVRD shell down Reggae Sunfest. You know, some people are saying that the best them ever see Vybz Kartel perform for him at those stage show and them thing there. And them also say that MVRD did well. So, you know, is it that Chin should not come out and make these predictions or saying stuff like that, especially that is negative towards the artist? You know, even though him say he must speak in mind, and you know, him just give him honest opinion, but is your opinion always valid? You know, me think your opinion always valid, but you know, especially the Gaza fans, them are gonna beat him bad. And this is one instance where them are say, you know, Chin, you chat too much, you must learn to see things and allow it alone. But you the viewers, tell me what you think all about these topics. Leave it in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on this video.